Hi, I'm Lisa Ackerman, co-founder and executive director of Taka. I'm really excited to talk about Neuroqure today. Neuroqure is a pioneering biotech company focused on bringing new technologies to the market of autism. And I've got a guest here today, Dr. John J. Gargis. Dr. Gargis is a world-renowned geneticist, is currently the co-founder and chief science officer of Neuroqure. Prior to Neuroqure, Dr. Gargis spent 8 years as founding director of UC Irvine's Center for Autism Research and Translation. This is where he led a team of over 60 research scientists to make groundbreaking discoveries in autism diagnostics and treatments. So Jay, thanks for, or Dr. Gargis, I'm going to call you Jay because I've known you a long time. But I'm really grateful that you're here to talk about this because this is important work.
Thank you.
And we really, I think the biggest crisis we have in the United States is the wait list for diagnostics.
Yes.
And the average wait list that people wait is anywhere from 6 to 24 months. So what is Neuroqure doing in this area?
Yeah, so what Neuroqure is providing is the first functional diagnostic for autism that can be provided at birth. The problem with the waitlist is that current diagnostics either appear too late or they really can't be effectively interpreted. So the ADOS is the gold standard for diagnosis, and it can only be provided at 2 years, perhaps stretched out to 18 months, but no sooner. And therefore, that limits all of the development that's happened before that you're not able to capture. On the other hand, the genomic assays, either the neurodevelopmental panels or the exomes or the genome resequencing, can't be interpreted for all but a few of the single gene causes of autism. So what we're trying to do with Neuroqure is to step in the middle and provide some more direct functional diagnostic for the disorder.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. How do you think this breakthrough diagnostic test can change people's lives affected by autism worldwide?
Well, see, the Neuroqure test can be carried out on cells as early as at birth. And therefore, that gives you an early time for intervention. And the secrets that we already know about autism therapy is the earlier you can intervene, the better. Behavioral testing, ABA, any kind of interventions, the earlier, the better. The better the outcome for behavior, for emotional state, even for IQ. With current earliest diagnosis at 2 years of age with an ADOS, compared to the standard diagnosis at age 5, the difference is enormous. It's already published work showing 17 IQ points, which is huge on a scale of 100 points. And that can make the difference between a child being able to be in regular education versus special ed and all the downstream benefits. And we believe that the earlier you intervene, even earlier than this 2-year window, which is currently the limit, it's going to be even a maximizing effect.
God, I would love to see that.
Yeah.
From your lips to God's ears on the early diagnostics. So now this one I know is going to get pretty technical, but how does Neuroqure diagnose from a skin sample?
Yeah, so with $20 million of funding and 8 years of work and a large team of really creative scientists, we were able to recognize a signal, an imaging signal in skin cells that correlates, that reflects the same signaling deficiency that we can measure in the autism, the ASD brain. And it plays a critical role at a biophysical level in how neurotransmitter gets released from one neuron cell in the brain to the next. It also plays a critical role in immune cell function and in GI cell function. And those are problems that, as you recognize, are commonly associated with autism. Importantly, it also plays a critical role in regulating the mitochondrial energetics. And again, that's a signal that's frequently been seen and more recognized as an early diagnostic in autism. There's much more available on this complicated technique that's through the link that you've kindly provided on your site and through the website for neuroqure.com, or you can search it on PubMed, all of our work.
where I like to spend some of my Friday nights. All right. So, talk to me. Are there some on the autism spectrum where the diagnostics won't be picked up with this Neuroqure test?
Well, we know that our test picks up the full spectrum of ASD, and that the way that we interpret the test, we've designed it so that we don't ever report out a false positive. That is, we won't say that someone's affected that's not affected, but we're still able to capture over 75% of those who do have ASD that will be diagnosed by an ADOS when they're 2 years old. So we think we have a very important early intervention that captures some important time for the family to be intervening in the child's life.
Great. Goal. That would be goal. So, I know I'm autism 24/7, but let's be fair. Will Neuroqure help diagnose other neurodevelopmental issues?
Yes, what we're working on is putting together an artificial intelligence guided, an AI guided diagnostic that puts together our Neuroqure calcium signaling assay, bioassay, functional diagnostic, together with genomic sequence interpretation, genomic data and exome data. And we think that the interface of these two very different kind of diagnostics will be a powerful synergy.
Oh, that's awesome. So I know a lot of parents are thinking this. Will this diagnostic test be covered by insurance? And can parents sign up to get more updates on this test and when it's available?
Yeah, and unfortunately, no, that takes quite a bit of time. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to be launching the diagnostic right away on a discounted cash pay basis while we're obtaining the insurance coverage. We're working with different teams to get that coverage put in place. And you can follow that on our website, whether or not the status has changed when it becomes available. We'll try to make that information available.
Great. I know your team is working real hard, and I'm
Yeah.
very grateful for all your work.
Well,
Thank you for coming and taking this very complicated topic to people to
and
need
and
it.
and thank you for all the work that you do for the community.
I
Really,
love
very
it.
important.
Love our kids. And
Yeah.
thank you for joining us. Learn more about Neuroqure and the Taka Connect app or on their website.